Well, we are currently surrounded by dogs on all sides, so we're gonna see how this video goes. I don't know if they can behave themselves, but we're gonna try. That's Lenny, by the way, and then I've got Dusty right here too. So hopefully they don't cause a ruckus in the middle of my video. Today I'm going to do the Finally Fall book tag. I'll go ahead and link the original down below. It is by Tall Tales, and she's really a creative booktuber. I'll go ahead and link her down below so you can check her out. But I'm sure you've seen this tag around. A lot of people have done it. So the funny thing about living in Southern California is we don't really get fall ever. It pretty much is summer until January. And sorry, already this is not going well. But we're gonna pretend, for the sake of this tag, that fall exists, and I will live vicariously through the rest of you that live in places with seasons. But I really like the questions of this book tag. They're really cute and fun, and I'll go ahead and get started. Question number 1. In the fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. For this one, I'm gonna go with something that I read this year actually, which is The Little White Horse by Elizabeth Goudge. And if you're looking for descriptive writing, this is definitely it. Hi Lenny, how's it going? The writing is gorgeous, and Elizabeth Goudge paints a picture of the scenery. It's set in an idyllic kind of manner where this orphan is taken in, and she's our protagonist. Her name is Maria Merriweather, which, what an adorable name, right? But she's taken into this beautiful idyllic manor in the countryside by her uncle, and some mystery is afoot, and she is sort of solving the mystery and kind of figuring out what's going on at this manor. It's not all happiness and sunshine and rainbows like it appears to be at the beginning, but we definitely feel that way. Even though there's some conflict and darkness in the book, the writing is so vivid and beautiful of the setting that this is the first book that came to my mind when I thought of a vivid setting. Question number 2. Nature is beautiful, but also dying in the fall. Although if you live in Southern California, it kind of dies all year long because we don't have any water here. And it rained one day in the past 5 months or so that's exciting. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like grief. And for this one, I went with one that I read a really long time ago, and it's one of my favorite musicals of all time, but that would be Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. And definitely deals with grief and war and themes of loss. It makes me think of the fall for some reason. Can't tell you why, but it does. I haven't read anything else by Victor Hugo, so I'm not sure how it stands and compares to some of his other things, but way back in high school when I read it, I enjoyed it, but again, that was like a really long time ago. Question number 3. Fall is back to school season. And you're telling me I've been back to school since August. Beginning of August is when my students went back to school. So we're well in the thick of it. Share a nonfiction book that taught you something new. And for this, I'm gonna go with Counterfeit Gods by Tim Keller. And I don't have a dust jacket for this. It's just a hardcover book, so you can't see a cover. I got it for $1. This book taught me that what we idolize as people is what we worship as well. This book talks a lot about what is the highest priority in your life, and is that God, is that religion, is it something else, is it your family, is it your wealth, and on and on and on. So this is a great book for anyone interested in that topic. It's very, very good. Question number 4. In order to keep warm, it's good to spend time with the people that we love. So name a fictional family or household or friend group that you would like to be a part of. I'm gonna go with another book that I read this year very recently, and that is Save the Date by Morgan Matson. I had never read a Morgan Matson book before this one, and it was a new release this year, so I thought I would check it out. I heard a lot of good things about this author. Mostly I heard that if you don't like contemporary usually, that you actually might like this because they tend to be better than your average contemporary, and I have to agree with that. I really enjoyed this one, and it's very family centered. The family is big and kind of loud and crazy. I always wanted a big family, and I have a pretty small family, so it was fun to read about it and kind of, you know, picture what it would be like to be part of this family. And then also the family dynamics are very healthy for the most part, and they're just very wholesome and good. And so that was also really enjoyable and kind of warm and fuzzy to read about. Question number 5 is the colorful leaves are piling up. Again, not in Southern California. In Southern California, the leaves are brown or maybe green. But I haven't seen a lot of changing colors. Perhaps in parts of California, in the mountains. In the mountains, the leaves are changing colors. Anyways, once again, a Lenny. A wild Lenny appears. Thank you for that. The question goes on to say, make a group of books with fall colored spines. Here you go. I haven't read all these. I've read The Name of the Rose, and I've started Illuminate, but then I had to put it down. And I've read The Color Purple, and I've read The Screw Tape Letters right here. So there you go. I just picked a bunch of bright fall leafy colors. At least what I would imagine would look like fall. Oh, that was skillful. Very skillful. Question number 6. Fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. Well, I haven't used my fireplace just yet this fall. Maybe it'll happen one of these days. It'll get cold enough. Hasn't quite gotten that cold here yet, but it does get cold, but it's gonna be like winter before it gets cold, honestly. The Book Thief is the one I picked. I haven't actually read this, but I do know that it's told in a storyteller kind of way, and it's told from the perspective of death. I really was hoping to get to this one this year. Maybe I still will. I don't know. I was really hoping to read this because I got it last Christmas, and I'm really ashamed that I haven't read it yet. It was a Christmas present for my husband, and almost a year later, and I still haven't read it. So we'll see if I can squeeze this in before the year is out. Question number 7 is the nights are getting darker. Share a dark, creepy read. For that, I'm going to go with one that I'm currently reading, which is Dracula by Bram Stoker. Really enjoying it. I picked this up originally because I wanted to participate in Victober somewhat. I'm not reading only Victorian literature, so I'm kind of half participating, but Dracula was my pick for that event, readathon, what have you. And so I'm enjoying it. It's very spooky. It's told in the perspective of letters, so it's kind of different kind of read. You're just reading people writing to each other, and in that way it kind of builds up the anticipation and the excitement because, you know, you're hearing about things secondhand, and they're kind of telling each other like, oh my gosh, you won't believe what just happened. This crazy thing just happened, and then they'll tell the story. So I didn't realize that about Dracula, but I'm actually enjoying the format. It's working out pretty well so far. Question number 8 is the days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up a cold, rainy day. Well, this isn't, I mean, I think it's heartwarming, but it's also very sad. So, I don't know if it counts, but this is The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. Lenny, what in the world? It's very short. I only read it in like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. Did I read it for a readathon? I might have. I'm not sure. Can't remember. But read this year. It was a good read. I don't know if I'd read it again, but it was a good read. Short, heartwarming, at least in the end. But it's very sad. It's a sad story. Question number 9. Fall returns every year. Name an old favorite that you would like to return to soon. I would really like to return to A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle. I bought these new copies because mine was so old and tattered from being read so many times when I was a kid that I actually just bought a brand new, the box set of the series. So I'm dying to get to this. I really want to reread it. Confession, haven't seen the movie that came out recently. A little afraid to also because I heard not great things about it. And I don't know, if you've seen the movie, let me know. Let me know how it was. Question number 10 is fall. I'm sorry. This has got to be the most distracting video I've ever done. These dogs are going crazy and I don't know why. Question number 10. Fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. And I just pulled out my mug right here. I'm pretty happy with a blanket or just wearing pajamas. I guess pajamas would be one. And then if I want to drink something, I like to use my reading mug. It's just really pretty and it's also huge. I can put so much tea or hot cocoa in it. And I think it says, oh, on the inside it says read and grow, if you can see right there. And it's from Barnes & Noble. Again, was a gift. And so it's just really cute. It's a reading mug. If you haven't done this, consider yourself tagged. I had a lot of fun picking out the books for this one. I thought it was a pretty creative tag, so thank you Tall Tales for creating it. It was a lot of fun. And finally, my dogs decided to stop being crazy, so that's great. Now that I'm done filming, thanks guys. Sorry for this really distracted video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you stick around for my next one. Bye.